So how are you? How is everything?
I am as good as I can be in a
Yeah.
situation that everyone is in. I've found a lot of joy and simplicity. I feel like I've reverted back to a 5-year-old me that just loved painting and just doing things that I never normally have the time to do. So I'm enjoying it in an interesting way. How are you and the family?
Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, we just again, just taking time to just enjoy those little things and planting in the garden. We've got some really big veg sort of pot, built some, what are they called? You know, those big sort of things,
Planting.
sleepers. Yeah, planters.
Yeah,
So
lovely.
we did that last year. So I'm just enjoying stuff like that. So I've had to grow seeds from complete scratch. You know,
What are you growing?
yeah. Because last year my dad helped me. He sort of brought all the plants, and we grew loads. We grew loads and loads of vegetables last year. But obviously we haven't seen our parents. So yeah, I've done it all myself. I've done carrots, potatoes, strawberries, everything. So yeah,
They're like your new babies, like watching them
they
grow.
are. Yeah, and the
How long
kids
does
just,
it take to grow a carrot?
well, I don't know entirely, but
Typically,
so
5 days, 4 hours.
yeah, week one of lockdown is when I started. So they're probably like
Oh,
few inches, and then yeah, they've gone in the ground now, so we'll just give it a go. Yeah,
wow.
because
That's
you
so
know what, it's really therapeutic, and it's just so nice to get outside. Have you got any outside?
yeah, we've got like a little balcony that I've turned into a jungle, and Matt now thinks that our house is literally like, yeah, a garden centre. I just love like you, I love watching things grow. Like I literally
Yeah,
nurture and mother my monstera plant that like every 3 days it pops open a new leaf, and
yeah,
I'm like, Matt, look, and he's like, yeah, cute. But yeah, I think it's so nice that we're all kind of discovering these things that actually we're too busy in real life, well, not real life, pre-lockdown life, to
yeah,
enjoy.
yeah, I agree, I'm with you, because I think just we're all running around so much, and we're so busy doing everything that we think we've got to do all the time. And
Yeah.
actually I do think this time has made us pause and just reflect on what is important, because we've almost been forced into this. Well, we have,
We have, yeah.
we've paused, we've stopped, and I think it's in a way going to make us all feel much, well, I just think we're going to value, I certainly feel like I've paused, and I've thought of the things that I really like doing, all the bits that I enjoy, what I haven't been doing enough of. I'm going to try and introduce into my life a bit more, really, I suppose.
I reckon we're all gonna try and incorporate lockdown days into our new kind of life, because I like, when have we ever had 8 weeks of just doing what we want to do, obviously with kids, but it's like we can choose what we're going to do in the day.
I know.
And that, I find that, like, honestly, that freedom for me, I'm like, oh my God, because normally it's just like bang, 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 like you're
Right,
going here, you've got an event here. And I'm like,
right.
I get to do what I want. I get to go on my walk when I want. I get to go to sleep when I want. I get to wake up when I want. Like I'm keeping, like, I don't ever really change going to bed and waking up. Like, I'm not really into routine. I suppose I have like a bedtime in the morning routine, but I
Right.
see all of this, like, you have to stick to a structure to get through lockdown. And actually, I don't work that well with a specific structure. I
No.
just go off of how I'm feeling in the day, and like I get stuff done, and I love ticking things off. But if I have a structure, I feel like there's an overwhelming pressure of like, you must get this done. And actually, like, this is the time when we can take the take the brakes off, or no, take the pressure off the accelerator.
I always mix them up into
I
different.
know, maybe I should use them.
You're right, and I think that we've got to value that time, and be grateful for things, and just appreciate what we've got. And I think, I week 1, 2, and I was kind of sorting out all the kids' bits, and what could we do for however many weeks, and actually it made me appreciate what we've got, and kind of value the small things, and just doing really small arts and crafts. And I made some curtains, so the ones behind me, I made these.
Them.
Amazing. So
They're gorgeous.
yeah, they're really good.
But did you just buy the fabric and then put holes in them?
They're a bit of a cheap way of doing them, I'm going to be honest. So I'll show you the top of them. So I've just got them on clippy rings. Yeah, and I just literally, they're not lined or anything, but you know.
Oh wow! Oh,
I
love
as neat as our wedding dresses, but they are.
Yeah. At least I know if we don't have one, I can wear that.
Exactly.
That might be like, it's got a little bit of colour in it. Yes, Matt, yeah. It's new style. I feel like I haven't actually followed the whole banana bread trend. I've been the only one, I feel like, in the world that hasn't baked. You've been baking some amazing creations.
Yeah, I'm a huge lover of cooking anyway, and baking. And yeah, just been on the baking thing. It's not good. I have tried. Yeah, I'm like, I've been eating too many cakes, but yeah, love experimenting with baking. You've got to do it. You've got to. But I've not done any banana cakes or bread or anything. I've done everything else but.
Okay. I've just been like cooking. Matt and I've been doing like savoury, like big meals. Like I've made everything out of chickpeas. I didn't even know some of the things I've made out of chickpeas I didn't know existed beforehand because they've been in my cupboard. Obviously, I've made like crispy chickpeas. I've made hummus. I've made coconut chickpea curry. Matt is literally like, yeah, what else are you gonna make?
Again, going back to your comment about focusing on what you've got and valuing what you have, I think certainly, you know, it's good to kind of we've all been resourceful, I think, and
yes,
you know, yeah, we've got lentils, let's do something with that, and let's, you know, chili powder, you know, putting things together. And actually there's something quite nice and grounding about that feeling of just focusing on the basic things and simplicity. Yeah, definitely.
No lavish things. I feel like we'll come away from this needing less but enjoying more, and I think that we really did need that kind of shake up because you can buy and actually buy actually it doesn't fulfill you as much as something like self-appreciation, like understanding your self-worth, like just sitting with yourself for like 8-9 weeks. Like I have some of my best friends are living on their own and they've had to like delve deep into their thoughts and history, and they've had that time just to sit with themselves instead of going out and getting lost in like the noise of a pub or a dinner or whatever. You've actually got to, it's challenged us in so many different ways, but I hope that it will just give people more appreciation for, like you said, the smaller things. And like even our neighbours, like I honestly started this not knowing any of our street, and now I feel like I'm best friends with them all.
That's what happens when you live in London though. It's just, it's that weird zone of everyone, you know, everyone sort of, they're just so busy getting on with their lives, aren't they? And that's fine, that's great, that's what I loved about being in London. But yeah, I noticed the difference out of London. I'm not saying, but yeah, it's so good that you feel that you've made contact with people around you. Trying to connect with people when they can, I've noticed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the girl next to me, she's amazing, and she's had to self-isolate on her own, and her housemate has had to go because she's a night nurse. So she goes into the hospital and she does night shifts and she comes back, and I'll see her drop off little things to her house, and like I'll see her, so my balcony looks over her kitchen, and honestly it's hilarious the amount of times I've caught her not caught her but seen her, and then I go, right Lizzie, and she's like bending down looking into the fridge, and she'll like catch me and she'll be like and it's just so funny. And I didn't even know her before this, but we've become so close, like even just through like waving and just like mouthing words, and like I just think it, and she gives me kind of a reason on top of all the other reasons to clap on Thursday. And I love that like all the street is like Lizzie, and it's so nice. She's literally just there. It's lovely. It's so nice.
That is good.
I hope we carry on like the clap.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
I love it.
Just that kind of, that feeling of kind of everybody getting together and celebrating. It's there's something quite grounding about this whole time. And yeah, I hope we do bring it back into normal. But what is normality now? It just feels like we just don't know what that's going to feel like,
It definitely has shifted so much, but I think different for everyone. But obviously, we've all been through kind of like the same thing. But I think it's brought up a lot of different emotions and different feelings for others. And like, I just think that there's been so much about, which is amazing, like on social media, about like productivity. It's not a productivity contest, it's a pandemic, like, and stuff like that makes you feel so much better, because like, even just thinking back to pre-lockdown, you didn't, like, not every single day was a good day, so why does every single day in lockdown have to be a good day? Like, you don't, I think because you see everyone being busy still and doing all this, I think it's so nice when someone just reminds you, like, it's okay just to sit on the sofa and just like kind of process what we're going through. And every feeling is like, even my mum, who's like the calmest yoga zen, she's like still doing her yoga classes on Zoom and everything. She said the other day, she was like, I feel awful for feeling slightly sad that, was not slightly, very sad that I haven't been able to see you for 9 weeks. And I was like, that's fine, mum. Like, it's totally valid. Like, we've never been through something like this. Like, we can't just ring up our grandparents and be like, what did you do when you went through a pandemic? They didn't go through it. So I think no one knows. There's no rule book. There's no, you should do this, you shouldn't do this. Like, we're all making it up as we go along.
And it's kind of, it's okay, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously we're talking with lots of brides at the moment, you know, and they're all just in such different emotions. As you know, you're due to get married in July, and it's that feeling of just uncertainty all the time. And yeah, you've just got to accept, I suppose, that we can't control this situation. It's okay to have a day where you don't feel so great, or you know, but try and be as productive, try and be as positive as possible. And I think that's certainly something we're trying to promote with, you know, and help support our brides. Yeah, and I'm sure you're doing, you do the same so well. Just, you know, you're such a positive spark of a personality, and I know that you want everyone to just feel as good as possible.
Yeah, I just think with getting married, especially 2020 brides and grooms, I think it's so hard, because there's one side of you that's like, I'm really sad that it's being postponed, and we've looked forward to it for so long, and we've spent so much money on this and so much time arranging. But then there's another side of you that's like, oh, but I feel guilty for even feeling sad about it, because obviously there's so much going on in the world, and families are losing family members and all that. But it is okay to be like, I really wanted the wedding to happen. Like, it's totally natural. It's like having a birthday party that you were so excited for, and that being cancelled and no one being able to come. It's like, yeah, you've built up to this day that I saw a quote and I shared it at the beginning of lockdown just because it really resonated with me. But your forever is only postponed. No, what was it? I shouldn't read.
Be posting it. Yeah, I know. I do this too. I think we must have the same thing about saying.
Yeah, saying. Yeah. It's because I'm so bad with, like, yeah, I'm really not, I don't really talk in saying. So when I say them, I'm like, why did I even say that? I just think that, yeah, even if you are, like, if it has been postponed, I'm just trying to encourage brides and grooms and partners to just celebrate that original date. And yeah, like, even I've heard some lovely stories, like, oh, we even exchanged rings and we're wearing them pretending we're married until the real thing. And like, I just, little things like that you will remember, and it will be way more special when it actually happens. And you just think of, like, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the decade after 1920, the decade after was just full of cuddles, like partying, everyone having a good time. Like, we've got that to come, and I just think that everyone wants to celebrate you and your love, and everyone wants to be there for you. It's just, it's just going to be pushed back a little bit, and it will be even more special, because think of like coming out, like we said, coming out of this, we're all going to appreciate each other even more. Just think of like hugging's going to feel like medicine. And I think it's so nice to think of that, like we've got so much love to come, and it's going to be even more special.
And I suppose it's, you know, it's very much sort of remembering why you're getting married, why you plan to get married, you know, and kind of just cherishing those relationships between yourself and your partner, and kind of just remembering what it's all about, really. And it will happen.
I think it's given us all a bit more time to get to know not just ourselves, but the people that we live with, our family members, even just on FaceTime and Zoom and all of this amazing technology that we have that both of us can't use. But I think like just asking questions that's more just how was your day? It's like, it's so much deeper than that. Like I've asked questions to Matt about his childhood that I don't think I even asked and I've ever asked. And I think that that's so nice, like deepening that connection, getting to know your partner more, like better, and actually, just seeing it as a, like, what we're going to tell our grandchildren, like, oh yeah, your mum and dad, well, your grandparents were in lockdown and they had to have a wedding in their living room, and then they actually got married and it was incredible. Like, I just think that in 10-15 years we're going to look back and be like, wow, like that was amazing, not oh my god, it was so sad we didn't get married, because in the end we will get married.
Yes, absolutely.
And Hugo, honestly, he's a great vicar if anyone needs one. We dressed him up. I don't know if you saw the video. Well, no, not dressed him up, but we made him.
I did with the jelly babies.
Yes, with the jelly babies.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
that's the diabetic, because Matt always has jelly babies.
Oh, okay.
Like them specifically, genuinely, he always has them because he needs them for sugar.
How are you going with the celebrant? Is it the celebrant?
Yes, as in what we doing it. Yeah. So I married my friends in Greece last year. The bride's the father of the bride was sat opposite me the night before, and he was like, oh, how many weddings have you done then? And I was like, oh no, this isn't my job, I've only done this is the only one I'm doing. And it was quite funny just because everyone was like, you're literally, well, I don't even watch it, but Joey from Friends, and he gets ordained. I didn't get ordained, but I just thought it's such a nice thing to be able to offer, seeing I've done it once, but just a bit of fun and celebrating your original date over Instagram Live and getting everyone to watch, and just something fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many brides, like literally, and so many lovely friends. Yeah. Friends of brides that are like, oh my god, my best friend would love this, and she's so sad she's not getting married, so please. So yeah, we'll have fun with it. And my hen's meant to be next week, so I think my sister's organised something zoomy, very zoomy.
No, absolutely. And I suppose you haven't seen her for such a long time as well, right?
I know, but it's fine. I mean, I will, and I'll squeeze her ever so tight when I do.
Absolutely. So yeah, your dress as well, because obviously we're making your wedding dress, and such an exciting thing. We got to such a good point, didn't we? We were all measured. We'd done first toile, so toile being a prototype of the dress, and it was looking fantastic.
I was ready to get married in the toile, wasn't I? I honestly, I loved it. I was like, if this is it, I'm ready.
You would have been happy to just take the toile. I definitely know that. You were just, it was fantastic. But obviously we were due to do another toile, so another kind of final sort of prototype, checking everything, and then we went into lockdown. So yeah, I suppose we've got that plan going, that we're going to continue it remotely, I suppose, won't we? So that will be quite exciting, just kind of being
just fitting and there's trying on. I don't really trust Matt being Laurie.
He's going to have to go
Yeah, oh yeah, that's it. I was thinking of him putting the dress on me. That's hilarious. I'm just, obviously that's lockdown. I was thinking he's going to be able to like do me up and everything. He's not. He's going to be in a different room. That's hilarious. Yes,
We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
He will work it out. It will be fine. He can close his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be like if it happens, if it happens on the date, middle July, if it happens, it will be so nice to remember the dress that was made in lockdown. And if you can do that as a company, I think that's phenomenal. You can do anything. after lockdown, if someone comes to you and says, I want a dress made,
I can't see you. I live across the other side of the world, which sometimes we do get asked about. Yeah. But yes, it would make it all feel like it was possible, right?
Absolutely, you can do anything.
I know it's sort of thrown up so many challenges for us, and it's just crazy. But it definitely makes you realise how resourceful you can be when you're in a situation like this, because you've just got to deal with certain things that just come up. So yeah, we are in a position where a few of our brides will be having their dresses made remotely entirely. Like I said, I did measurements for someone yesterday. So the good thing is, Chessie, is that we're a little bit further ahead with your dress. So that is definitely more positive. Yeah, and we'll just be spending time on Zoom just between us as a team, and just kind of getting you down the aisle in the dress.
Amazing. That would be so lovely. Honestly, I'd be happy to wear any of your dresses that you've already made. Obviously, having a bespoke dress is lovely because it has a story, and it's got a lot of a story now, even more so. But I just think any of your beautiful dresses, I would be so happy to go down. And equally, if it gets pushed back and I have to change the style, because maybe, like, I know that loads of brides have had to maybe add a layer on if they're doing Christmas wedding. My mum was a
really popular thing, actually. We're being asked a lot about that. It's now going to be Christmas, or it's now going to be spring. Next spring's going to be really busy for weddings. What can I do with my dress? How can I change it? So yeah, of course, if that happens, Chessie, then we'll work on, I don't know.
The India dress.
India dress. Yeah.
But my mum, my mum and dad got married at Christmas, so December the 20. I think it was the 22nd.
I love that time of year as well, but obviously that's different. Yeah,
it's completely different. But I think like they loved it, and she wore this beautiful. She had like a corset and a really big dress, but she had a gold jacket on top, which actually she took off for the actual wedding and then put it on, and it was so beautiful in like the Christmas theme. And then they made that jacket into my christening dress, which I think is so lovely, because I just think if you can then reuse it, and I just think that we're all gonna have so much to tell our families when it actually happens. And I can't wait for it to happen for all of us.
And let's hope, fingers crossed, everything for July.
Everyone might be on FaceTime. I don't know. We might have to set up cameras and just add people on Zoom. But yeah, it will just be very different to how we originally planned it. But I don't mind. It doesn't matter. Like you said, the core of a wedding is to getting married. Like that's it. And you want your family and friends to be there. But
of course, we'll go from there.
Do you play the guitar?
I don't. I'm really rubbish at music. Definitely not one of my skills at all. But it's they're Dan's. Yeah, he's really good. I can't really talk about this, but he's really good. He used to be in the band.
Did he?
Yeah, I'll tell you another time.
Okay.
Oh, Chessie, it was so good to talk with you.
Oh, so lovely. Thank you so much. Honestly, and thank you for just continuing to support all your brides and just being a lovely light in people's storms. It feels like
we're doing everything we can, and just absolutely, we're going through exactly the same things as everyone else, but you know, it's just being grateful for everything. And all I can think about is just getting everybody down the aisle in their dress. You know, that's kind of just always the key thing in my head, like genuinely. So yeah, we'll be there. We'll be good. We'll get there. We will.
We will. And yeah, it will just be this time next year, hopefully.
I know.
We'll all be like, oh my God, remember that?
Did that even, hopefully, yeah, we will remember it, of course. But hopefully we'll be thinking about more positive and better times, won't we, really? It's going to be a busy year for weddings, that's all I know. I just think everyone's going to want to celebrate. Everyone's going to want to, you know, just, I'm sure, you know, you'll have, if you have the wedding in July, I'm sure you'll do something again, won't you? Yeah, most brides are looking at that, even if they have their dates, they'll do something else in time. So
I hope so. Well, thank you.
Well, our next conversation will be about next dress fitting. So yeah, I'll be in touch with you about that.
Amazing. I'll get Matt out the house. Go on your run, Matt.
Is it just you and Matt in the house?
Yes, and he was.
Okay, so we're going to have to think about how we're going to do the fitting. But you know, listen,
honestly,
we might be okay to see each other. We just got to go with that, haven't we, for now? Yeah. Okay.
And we've got, how long have we got? So it's 2 months exactly tomorrow. So that's ages.
That's quite a long time away, doesn't it?
Yeah, we've got May, so May, June, July. Yeah, we've got, and I think a lot will change in between them. Yeah, now and then. I think we'll be good.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be good. We will be good.
Chessie,
great to talk to you.
Speak to you soon.
That's my computer. Take care.
Bye.